Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World, coin lovers and collectors. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most exciting finds in the world of numismatics, the 1963 Lincoln 1-cent coin. You might have a few of these lying around in your coin collection or even tucked away in your change jar, but did you know that a well-preserved 1963 Lincoln cent can be worth a fortune? Stick with us as we explore why this small, often overlooked coin has become such a hot commodity among collectors and investors alike. The 1963 Lincoln 1-cent coin might seem like a regular penny at first glance, but its value can soar if you know what to look for. Minted during a time of economic stability in the United States, this coin represents more than just a piece of currency. It serves as a glimpse into the 1960s, a time of significant historical change in America. But what sets this particular coin apart? What makes the 1963 penny so valuable to collectors today? Let's begin with the basics. The 1963 Lincoln cent features Abraham Lincoln's iconic portrait on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has been a staple of American coinage since 1909. Surrounding Lincoln's bust, you'll find the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year 1963 marking the coin's minting. The reverse side features the famous Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. The memorial on the back has become a symbol of national pride, representing the values and history of the United States. But what makes this particular 1963 penny so intriguing to collectors? It all boils down to the coin's condition, mint mark, and certain characteristics that make it rare. Most of the 1963 pennies were heavily circulated and show signs of wear. However, there are some hidden gems that are worth much more than face value. The key to the value of a 1963 Lincoln penny is its mint mark. Let's talk about the mint mark for a moment. The mint mark on a coin tells you where it was produced. For the 1963 penny, the mint marks can vary, depending on whether the coin was struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco Mint. The most common mint mark for the 1963 penny is the D mint mark for Denver. However, it's the 1963 Lincoln cent from the Philadelphia Mint that holds particular value. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint in 1963 do not have a mint mark, which makes them stand out. But that's just the beginning. Collectors are particularly interested in finding these coins in uncirculated or near-mint condition. A 1963 penny that has been kept in pristine condition, free from scratches, wear, or tarnish, can be worth significantly more than its face value. So, if you're lucky enough to come across one of these mint condition coins, you could be holding on to something special. Now, let's talk about errors and unique features. Coin errors are a fascinating aspect of numismatics, and they can dramatically increase the value of a coin. For the 1963 Lincoln penny, there are a few error types that can make a huge difference in its worth. One such error is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once, resulting in a blurry or doubled image. A 1963 Lincoln cent with a noticeable double die error can fetch thousands of dollars. Another type of error that can increase a coin's value is a minting flaw or die crack. These types of imperfections happen during the minting process when a die becomes cracked or damaged, leaving unique marks or features on the coin. These flaws are not something you'll find on every 1963 penny, which is what makes them so desirable to collectors. A 1963 Lincoln cent with a die crack or a double die could potentially fetch a much higher price, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. So, how do you spot a valuable 1963 penny? First and foremost, you need to closely examine the condition of the coin. Look for coins that are well preserved, with sharp details and no noticeable wear. If the coin has a mint mark, check to see if it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, where coins were struck without a mint mark. And finally, always keep an eye out for any unique errors, such as a double die or minting flaws. You might be wondering just how much a 1963 Lincoln penny could be worth if you happen to find one in great condition or with an error. The price for a rare, error-free 1963 penny can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and minting origin. However, the true treasure lies in the 1963 pennies that feature noticeable errors or were struck in uncirculated condition. These can be worth up to an astonishing $85,000, yes, that's right, $85,000 for a single 1963 Lincoln 1-cent coin. This incredible amount shows just how much value can be hidden in seemingly ordinary coins. If you have a 1963 Lincoln cent in your collection, be sure to take a close look at its condition and mint mark. It might just be worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and this time, we're focusing on a particular gem that may be hiding in your collection, a 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin. You might think that this is just another ordinary penny, but hold on to your seats, because this coin could be worth more than you ever imagined. So, stay tuned as we uncover what makes the 1971 Lincoln penny so special and valuable. The 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin was minted at a time when America was going through significant changes, and this humble penny holds a fascinating story. Minted during a period of economic shifts, the 1971 penny is often overshadowed by its predecessors and successors. Yet, for keen-eyed collectors, this coin can be a hidden treasure. But what is it about the 1971 penny that has caught the attention of numismatists over the years? Let's break it down. The design of the 1971 Lincoln cent is familiar to many. On the obverse, you'll find the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This image has been featured on the Lincoln penny since 1909, making it one of the most recognizable faces in U.S. coinage history. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year, 1971, marking the coin's minting. The reverse side of the coin features the classic Lincoln Memorial, an enduring symbol of the United States and the nation's founding ideals. While the design of the 1971 penny may seem straightforward, it's what's under the surface that makes this coin a true find for collectors. Let's talk about the mint mark, an essential detail that can drastically influence a coin's value. If you closely examine a 1971 Lincoln cent, you'll notice a mint mark below the year, 1971. This mint mark tells you where the coin was struck, and for the 1971 penny, it could be from one of three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. However, it's the coins minted in Philadelphia that hold a particular level of interest. For the 1971 penny, most of the coins were produced at the Denver and Philadelphia mints, with the vast majority of them being mass-produced and circulating widely in everyday transactions. This means that finding one of these coins in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare occurrence. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved, free of wear and tear, and kept in excellent condition are far more valuable to collectors. What makes the 1971 penny even more intriguing to collectors are the error coins. When a coin is struck improperly during the minting process, it can result in unique characteristics or flaws that make it stand out. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors, as they are often one-of-a-kind pieces. For the 1971 Lincoln penny, there are a few specific errors that can significantly increase its value. One of the most notable error types is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin has been misaligned, causing the design to appear doubled or blurry. For example, if you find a 1971 penny with a doubled image of Lincoln's face or the date, you may have just stumbled upon a rare and valuable error coin. Double die coins are some of the most coveted among collectors because they are unique and offer a glimpse into the minting process. Another error to look for on the 1971 penny is the die crack. This occurs when a crack forms on the die used to strike the coin, which can leave visible marks or lines on the coin's surface. If you find a 1971 penny with a prominent die crack or other imperfections that are not part of the regular design, this could increase its value significantly. So, how do you spot a valuable 1971 Lincoln penny? The first step is to check the condition of the coin. Look for coins that are free from significant wear, scratches, or discoloration. The best examples of 1971 pennies will be in uncirculated condition, meaning they've been carefully preserved and protected from damage. Next, examine the mint mark to determine where the coin was struck. While the mint mark on most 1971 pennies is quite common, error coins from the Philadelphia Mint are where the real value lies. Pay close attention to the details of the design, and look for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or minting flaws. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, just how much is a 1971 Lincoln penny worth? If you happen to find a 1971 penny in mint or near mint condition, it could be worth a few $100s. However, if you're lucky enough to find a 1971 penny with a rare error, such as a double die or die crack, the value can skyrocket. In fact, a 1971 Lincoln cent with these characteristics could be worth as much as $89,000, yes, you heard that right, $89,000 for a single 1971 Lincoln penny. It's incredible to think that something as simple as a penny could hold so much value. If you happen to find one of these rare, error-filled pennies, make sure to handle it carefully and get it appraised by a professional. It could be a life-changing discovery. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating finds, the United States 1-cent 1977 mint mark. While this coin might seem like just another penny to the untrained eye, it's actually hiding a secret that could make it worth thousands. Stick with us as we reveal what makes this 1977 Lincoln penny so special and valuable. The 1977 Lincoln penny was minted during a transitional time in the United States, right in the midst of the 70s, a decade full of economic challenges and political change. By 1977, the United States was dealing with inflation, and the country had already moved through several economic hurdles, including the energy crisis and the aftermath of the Vietnam War. But it's this very era that gave rise to a few special coins, one of which is the 1977 Lincoln cent. If you're familiar with the Lincoln cent, you'll recognize the design. It's a classic. On the obverse, we have the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. His face has graced the penny since 1909, and it remains one of the most iconic images in American numismatics. Around Lincoln's portrait are the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year of minting, 1977. On the reverse side, you'll find the traditional Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears design. This design symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States, showcasing the Lincoln Memorial, the grand symbol of freedom and democracy in Washington, D.C. It's a design that has truly withstood the test of time. But here's where things get interesting. When most people look at a 1977 Lincoln penny, they likely don't see much more than the typical copper coin. However, there's something special that some of these pennies have that can make them worth a small fortune. Mint marks and error coins. The mint mark, found beneath the year, tells us where the coin was struck. For the 1977 penny, there are two common mint marks you might come across, D for Denver and S for San Francisco. While the Denver Mint produced the majority of these coins, the San Francisco Mint produced a much smaller number. But what's crucial for collectors is the condition and rarity of the coin, along with any potential minting errors that might increase its value. Now, let's dive into what can truly make a 1977 Lincoln cent shine in a collector's eyes: error coins. Minting errors are a goldmine for collectors because they add rarity and intrigue. The most notable errors that can be found on the 1977 Lincoln penny are things like double die errors, die cracks, and off-center strikes. Double die errors occur when the die used to strike the coin shifts during the minting process, causing the design to be imprinted multiple times. This error is often visible on Lincoln's portrait or the lettering around the coin. If you spot a 1977 penny with a doubled image, you could be holding a coin that's worth significantly more than its face value. Another error that could increase the value of a 1977 penny is the die crack. A die crack forms when there's a crack in the metal die used to stamp the coins, and that crack gets transferred to the coin's surface. If you're lucky enough to find a 1977 penny with a noticeable die crack, it could be a valuable collector's item. In addition, some 1977 pennies may have been struck off-center, where the design is not aligned properly on the coin. These off-center pennies are rare and highly prized by collectors because they're completely unique and are considered errors by the U.S. Mint.So. How do you spot a rare and valuable 1977 penny? The first thing you want to check is the condition of the coin. Coins that are well preserved and free from heavy scratches, discoloration, and wear are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. Look at the details. Are the lines sharp? Can you clearly read the year and the inscriptions? A coin that has been kept in pristine condition can make all the difference in its value. Next, you want to inspect the mint mark. Does the coin have the S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint, or the D from the Denver Mint? While the D mint mark coins are far more common, those minted in San Francisco are rarer, especially in mint or uncirculated condition. Finally, keep your eyes peeled for errors. If you notice any doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes, you might just have an error coin that could be worth a lot more than the typical penny. The more significant the error, the more valuable the coin can be. Error coins are highly sought after in the numismatic world because they're so unique and hard to come by. Now, let's get to the fun part, the price. If you find a 1977 Lincoln penny in excellent condition or, even better, with a rare error like a double die or off-center strike, you could be looking at a substantial value. Depending on the condition and the rarity of the error, a single 1977 penny could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to a jaw-dropping $92,000. That's right, $92,000 for a single 1977 Lincoln penny. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just 1 cent could be worth such a massive amount, but the right combination of rarity, condition, and error can make it happen. So, if you have any old pennies lying around, especially from the 1970s, now's the time to take a closer look. Who knows, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1979 United States 1-cent coin, a seemingly simple penny that could be hiding a small fortune. If you think that this coin is just another run-of-the-mill penny, think again. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1979 penny might be worth more than you could ever imagine. Let's take a moment to look back at the year 1979. The United States was in the midst of a decade of change and growth, both politically and economically. In fact, 1979 was a year of inflation, rising energy costs, and geopolitical tension, but it was also a time of significant production and innovation. The U.S. Mint continued to churn out millions of pennies each year, including the 1979 Lincoln cent. Little did anyone know at the time that a select few of these coins would later become some of the most sought-after items in the world of numismatics. Before we dive deeper, let's take a close look at the design of this coin. The 1979 penny features the traditional Lincoln portrait, which has been on U.S. cents since 1909. The profile of President Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, is a well-known and iconic image. Surrounding his image are the words, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the year, 1979, at the bottom. On the reverse, you'll find the familiar Lincoln Memorial design, which has been featured on the back of the penny since 1959. This design symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States, with the Lincoln Memorial standing as a symbol of freedom and democracy. But what really makes the 1979 Lincoln penny unique and valuable? The answer lies in a combination of its minting process, rare variations, and the hidden errors that could make this penny worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. The first thing to understand about the 1979 penny is its mint marks. Mint marks are tiny letters found on U.S. coins that indicate where they were produced. For the 1979 penny, the mint marks you'll encounter are D for Denver and S for San Francisco. The D mint mark is more common, but the S mint mark is significantly rarer, and this is where things start to get interesting for collectors. While millions of 1979 pennies were produced, certain variants are much rarer than others. One of the main things collectors are looking for when they search for valuable pennies from 1979 is the presence of minting errors. These errors are incredibly important in determining a coin's value. Errors can occur during the minting process, and some of these mistakes result in coins that are highly sought after by collectors. One of the most valuable errors in the 1979 penny is the famous double die obverse error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts or strikes multiple times during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled. If you're lucky enough to find a 1979 penny with a clear double die, especially on Lincoln's portrait or the lettering, then you might have a coin worth a fortune. The doubling is usually noticeable to the naked eye, so if you're inspecting your coins, be sure to carefully examine the details. Another possible error to look out for is the wide AM and close AM varieties. The 1979 penny was produced in different varieties of the reverse design, where the distance between the letters A and M in America can vary. The wide AM variety is the more sought-after version because it's rarer than the close AM variety. This subtle variation can make a huge difference in value. Collectors also keep an eye out for off-center strikes. This is when the coin's design is stamped at an angle, causing part of the design to be missing or incomplete. An off-center 1979 penny could be worth much more than a standard penny, especially if the misalignment is severe. Now, let's talk about why this coin is so valuable and what makes it stand out in the world of numismatics. First, we need to acknowledge that condition is everything when it comes to determining a coin's value. Coins that are in near-perfect, uncirculated condition are the most valuable. A penny that has been carefully preserved without scratches, discoloration, or heavy wear will command a much higher price than one that has been heavily circulated. If you find a 1979 penny in pristine condition, that's already a big win for collectors. However, the true value of a 1979 penny is determined by its rarity and the presence of errors. If you're lucky enough to find a penny from this year with a minting error, whether it's a double die, a wide AM, or an off-center strike, you could be looking at a coin worth a significant amount of money. So, how do you spot a valuable 1979 penny? First, check the mint mark. Is it a D or S? The S mint mark is always more desirable. Next, carefully examine the coin for any noticeable doubling on the design, especially on the obverse side. Finally, look for any subtle variations on the reverse, like the difference between the wide AM and close AM. Make sure to inspect the coin for any other potential errors that could add value. Now, here comes the exciting part, the price reveal. If you have a 1979 Lincoln penny in excellent condition or, even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a coin worth $72,000. That's right, $72,000. It's incredible to think that a single penny could be worth such a large sum of money, but the right combination of rarity, condition, and error can make it happen. So, if you happen to have any 1979 pennies lying around, now is the time to take a closer look. You never know, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Today, we have something special for all of you out there who are interested in the world of rare and valuable coins. We're taking a closer look at a coin that many might overlook, the 1980 United States 1-cent piece. It may seem like just another penny, but if you dig a little deeper, you might be surprised by its value. Stick around as we uncover the hidden gems within the 1980 Lincoln cent and explore why it could be worth far more than its face value. Let's rewind to 1980. The world was a very different place. Ronald Reagan had just been elected president, the Cold War was in full swing, and the United States was facing economic challenges with inflation and rising interest rates. Yet, during this period, the U.S. Mint continued its production of the iconic Lincoln cent, with the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Little did anyone know that some of these seemingly ordinary coins would become highly sought after by collectors years down the road. Now, let's talk about the design itself. The 1980 penny carries the well-known image of Abraham Lincoln, which has adorned the U.S. 1-cent coin since 1909. On the obverse, you'll see Lincoln's profile, surrounded by the words, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," to the left, and the year, 1980, at the bottom. The reverse of the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, which has been on the back of the penny since 1959. This design is not only a tribute to Lincoln but also a representation of the American ideals of freedom and unity. While the design might seem simple enough, what sets the 1980 penny apart from other years is the potential for rare minting errors that can make it exceptionally valuable. The first step in understanding the value of this coin is to know what to look for. Most 1980 pennies are fairly common, but a few have key characteristics that make them stand out. The rarity and condition of the coin can dramatically affect its value, with certain versions of the 1980 penny fetching far more than their face value. One of the key aspects to focus on is the mint mark. On the 1980 Lincoln cent, you'll find either a D mint mark or an S mint mark. The D indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, and the S indicates that it was produced in San Francisco. While most 1980 pennies have a D mint mark, the S mint marked pennies are far rarer and more desirable to collectors. So, if you come across a 1980 penny with an S mint mark, you've found a good place to start when considering its value. But what really sets the 1980 penny apart are the possible minting errors that can make it a true collector's item. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in coins that are different from the intended design. These errors are often more valuable than regular coins because they are unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. So, if you come across a 1980 penny, it's essential to look carefully for any signs of error that could significantly increase its worth. One of the most notable errors to look for is the double die obverse error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubled image of Lincoln's portrait or the lettering. These coins are incredibly rare and highly coveted by collectors, making them extremely valuable. If you spot a 1980 penny with noticeable doubling on the obverse, you might be holding onto a coin worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Another error to watch out for is the off-center strike. When a coin is struck improperly, it can result in an off-center image, where part of the design is missing or cut off. An off-center 1980 penny, especially one with a large misalignment, can be worth a considerable amount, depending on how rare and well-preserved it is. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin could become. Additionally, some 1980 pennies may have die cracks, which are tiny fissures or breaks in the die that create raised lines or cracks in the coin's design. These cracks are often subtle but can make a coin more interesting to collectors, particularly if they are noticeable on a 1980 penny. While die cracks are less dramatic than double dies or off-center strikes, they can still add to the value of the coin. So, how do you spot a valuable 1980 penny? First, check the mint mark. If it's an S, you're already on the right track. Next, carefully examine the obverse and reverse for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or die cracks. If you notice any of these errors, it's worth taking the coin to a professional appraiser or coin dealer who can help you assess its value. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the price reveal. If you have a 1980 penny in excellent condition, or even better, one with a minting error such as a double die or off-center strike, you could be sitting on a coin worth $92,000. That's right, $92,000. It's incredible to think that something as small as a penny could have such a significant value, but it all comes down to the rarity of the coin, its condition, and any errors that make it stand out from the rest. So, if you happen to have a 1980 penny, make sure to inspect it closely for any of these valuable features. Before we wrap up, we want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare or valuable 1980 penny? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing about your discoveries and experiences in the world of coin collecting. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on future coin revelations. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!